Hi everyone, I'm film critic Jeffrey K. Howard in Las Vegas, and welcome to another episode of the Stream Squad.
And I'm film critic Tony Toscano in Salt Lake City.
Now, Tony, kicking off the show today, I understand we have a romantic love story that takes place during the pandemic at the height of the lockdown.
That's right. Katie Holmes and Jim Sturgis star as a couple of strangers who double book an Airbnb, and sparks start to fly.
Well, how is the place? Got Wi-Fi password and everything?
Oh, God. Hi. My boyfriend booked this place on Airbnb.
I reserved this Airbnb.
What? Yeah, it's fine. He did book us a house out of town, and then he didn't show up.
I don't think he, did it on purpose. Changing gears, how is the place?
It's good. I mean, there's somebody else here.
Who is it?
Some guy. Sorry. Sorry. I wanted to tell a love story, and I wanted it to take place during lockdown because we also were filming about a year into the pandemic, so it wasn't so easy to make a movie, and so it kind of needed to be in a contained space, and I wanted to have room to really let us play and find these characters. So that was the inspiration. And I wanted to put hope into the world.
And you did. It's a very hopeful film. Jim, was there a big audition process for this? Did you know Katie beforehand?
I did. We never met. No, there wasn't. We did a Zoom meeting. You know, I was sort of, trying to put myself forward as the romantic lead in her movie. But I think my memory was that my hair was kind of sticking up with my lockdown hair still in place. And I think I had sort of baby vomit all over my t-shirt. And
So
she still went for it. Yeah. No, we literally just had one Zoom meeting. We were.
I thought you were auditioning me.
Well, you never know, do you? You never know who's kind of like who's in the driver's seat and who's not. But we talked. We had a chat. We hung out on Zoom. Katie is as bad at technology as I am, so it took a while to get us connected.
Yeah, exactly. It's amazing we ever met.
We were like, oh, it's working. Oh, I'm on mute. Oh, I can't see you now. Oh, I've lost you. Oh, hang on, I can hear you, but I can't see you. But yeah, so it went like that for about 10 minutes. And then, talked about our lockdowns and our experiences and ideas within the script. And yeah, I knew pretty quickly that Katie was going to be really open and collaborative and a really fun and exciting person to sort of work with.
If the world was going to end, I would be here.
Who are you?
It feels like the world is falling apart.
It doesn't mean that we have to.
Hey, are you leaving?
Well, are you staying?
Alone Together is playing in selected theaters and will soon be on all video-on-demand platforms. Jeff, does Superman have a pet?
He does, Tony. Funny you should ask that, because in theaters this weekend is DC League of Super Pets. Crypto, the super dog, and Superman are best friends, and they share the same superpowers and fighting crime side by side. But when the Man of Steel and the rest of the Justice League are kidnapped, Crypto and a ragtag group of animals launch a rescue mission.
Sick of this whole cage situation. I'm busting loose. Man, that hurt.
Yes, and that hurt me as well, due to the fact that I feel pain as any ordinary canine would.
You ain't normal, man.
When I first heard the idea, what kind of pets will your favorite superheroes have? I jumped at the opportunity.
What's going on?
You're super strong.
When one has an abundance of power, they have a certain duty to use that power to...
Sorry, you were saying something?
How much did you have to drink?
Crypto has a false sense of reality because of his relationship with the biggest superhero on the planet.
You think you're so great, don't you, super dog?
I love the relationship between Crypto and Ace.
Smelling stuff is one of the greatest joys of being a dog, next to licking any part of your body. I mean, I lick myself all the time.
Well, that explains the breath. Kevin, I've been one of my best friends for almost a decade now, so you can feel the authenticity in our relationship on screen.
There's a nice little comedy seesaw that we're able to provide because we've worked with each other so much.
But I should warn you, I'm 1/8 boxer.
And 7/8 Chihuahua.
Mark.
They did a great job casting the movie.
Everyone has such different senses of humor and personalities. It's just really fun to see it all come together.
What's happening, sweet cheeks?
It really, really makes you laugh.
Crypto! Who's a good boy?
It's paradise for an actor. You're inside a room by yourself and you're just having fun.
If you want to create a really unforgettable character, you hire your Kevin Harts, your Dwayne Johnsons. It's just what you do.
That's cold, man. This is a movie that you can all watch together, enjoy, and laugh at.
There's huge fight scenes, there's great spectacle.
It's crazy how much work goes into this. It's really a good time and full of heart.
Ace, deploy canine shield.
What is a canine?
Evade! Excellent shielding. That seemed incredibly painful.
Why couldn't I have gotten a magic hammer or something?
Now, Tony, if Crypto's voice sounded familiar, it's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And of course, he's joined by Kevin Hart and an all-star cast. DC League of Super Pets hits theaters this weekend.
And as you know, The Rock and Kevin Hart are best friends in real life, so they must have the ball doing this.
Oh, it shows, doesn't it? Well, what's coming up next, Tony?
Well, a woman's quest to figure out why she attempted suicide is the subject of a brand new series called Surface.
Do you know what it feels like to not remember anything? Everyone keeps telling me who they think I am.
It's a fresh start.
But if my life was so perfect, why did I try to end it?
I would imagine that a character like this doesn't come around that often.
No, that's why I jumped at it. No, I mean, honestly, when I read Veronica West's script, it just blew me away. I have to say, this mystery, you know, the compelling nature of the story, the fact that Sophie is the mystery, and obviously to have amazing collaborators like Hello Sunshine, who I'd worked with before on The Morning Show. Yeah, this was really a no-brainer for me. It was just such a meaty and layered role.
What do you think audiences are going to take away from watching Surface?
It's a juicy psychological thriller, so I hope people will be on the edge of their seats. I hope it's going to keep them guessing. It has so many twists and turns. It's also set in a beautiful, luxurious world of San Francisco and these wealthy people, you know, where nothing is as it seems. So I hope people will be addicted to the show.
Now, Surface is streaming exclusively on Apple TV+. Jeff, what's coming up?
Well, Tony, don't go in the water. When we come back, we're going to celebrate Shark Fest and Shark Week right here on the Stream Squad. So don't go away. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Stream Squad. Tony, hey, is it safe to get in the water this summer? I hear we got some fin action going on.
Well, it is safe to get in the water, maybe, but you know that people just love Shark Week. It's one of the biggest things on Discovery, on Disney, and on National Geographic. And I had a chance for Shark Fest to talk to some experts about how sharks can change color.
My research is based on the skin of sharks and the different adaptations they have that cause their skin to work in different ways. One of these adaptations that we think they may have is this ability to change color. We wanted to design an experiment that would sort of tell us if this is even possible.
The secret to color change may be hidden at the molecular level with a little-known cell called a melanocyte.
A melanocyte is the tissue that sort of gives rise to pigment in animals. It acts kind of like a circuit board underneath the skin, where it sort of flexes and contracts based on what the animal needs. So let's say you have a stimulus from the sun, the circuit board tells your skin to go a bit darker. And, you know, vice versa, if you haven't seen enough sun, it'll cause your pigment to sort of shrink in.
Actually, that was the first time we did that experiment. believe it or not, it was in front of the camera. So that was actually a bit daunting. We did a bunch of research beforehand, but we didn't have, it was during the pandemic, so we didn't have access to labs at the time and supply chain to get us all the equipment in time. So when it came time to actually film it, we just had to be sure that we, ticked every box and figured out every variable, and it somehow worked.
Yeah, it worked really well. Carly, let's talk about the invasion of sharks. Talk to me a little bit about where these things are popping up now. I mean, it's surprising, that life is finding a way, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And the show Jaws Invasion that I am in, it is a show that looks at these weird places that sharks end up. So one of the weirdest places I think in the show was a golf course pond. And a lot of the ways that sharks are getting into these places is due to a lot of weather changes, climate change, and just different inflows of water. And because of these things, we're finding these sharks in these weird places, and the sharks are able to thrive in these places. If there's food there for them to survive, they'll be able to reproduce and, thrive like sharks. And so it's a really fun show talking about these just places that you never would think to find sharks.
Again, you can enjoy your fill of sharks on Disney Plus and National Geographic. Jeff, you've got the other half of this.
That's right, Tony. Now we're heading over to Shark Week at Discovery Channel, where we follow explorer Forrest Galante as he attempts to capture footage of a shark in Papua New Guinea walking on land.
Welcome to the island of the walking sharks.
Look. I want to be you,
Thank you, Jeff. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, man. I've been watching your series and your adventures, and I live vicariously through you. So I hope that's okay, because you're just a modern day incredible explorer. So congratulations on just your incredible accomplishments.
Thank you so much, man. It is a fantastic and beautiful world that is still filled with incredible creatures, contrary to what all of the media outlets might let you believe. It's still packed with amazing animals, and at the forefront of those is sharks. And so very excited for Shark Week. It's
like visiting New York City. If you're not a native there, you'll never explore the whole city in your entire lifetime, right? There's always something to see.
That's right. Shark... And that's swimming with a whole different kind of shark, too. A very much scarier one, if you ask me. Yeah.
Well, Shark Week returns. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the first ever master of ceremonies. Man, we're off to a great start. And your new series, when great white sharks would launch out of the air to grab their prey, remember that people took that by storm. The theme of your new special, Island of Walking Sharks, the concept of what you discovered, that just boggles the mind. Tell us about it.
Yeah, well, those white shark guys think they're such a big deal because their sharks jump a little. Our sharks actually crawl out of the water. However, they might not be quite as intimidating. So there is this group of sharks known as epaulets, which are walking cat sharks. They're a small benthic shark. They're only a couple feet long, and they use their pelvic and pectoral fins to sort of crawl like a salamander. And the belief is in Papua New Guinea, where 3 species exist, that those animals can not only do that along the sea floor, but will leave the ocean and crawl into tide pools to evade predators, to hunt, to feed. However, this has never been confirmed by science, and this has never been filmed. This is just sort of hearsay and rumors with amongst locals in Papua New Guinea. So my team and I, notorious for doing difficult expeditions, went to Papua New Guinea, a place that is criminally understudied, and tried to zero in on figuring out whether or not any of the known 3 species of epaulets within the country were capable of actually leaving the water to walk on land. And so while the title is very grabby and flashy, Island of the Walking Sharks, the reality is there are these incredible creatures that we found out will indeed leave the water to walk on land under certain conditions.
Now, Papua New Guinea, wasn't that a place in centuries past where cannibals lived? I think they had a reputation, or no?
And And contrary to what certain literature will tell you, it still exists today. You know, in very remote corners of PNG, there is still isolated incidents of cannibalism. It's remote, it's incredibly tribal, it's so geographically diverse and just such a sparse and understudied place. It is one of the most difficult places that I think anybody could ever go to conduct any kind of field work.
All right, so make sure you head over to the Discovery Channel during Shark Week to find out if sharks can really walk on land. It just blows the mind that that's even possible, isn't it, Tony?
I don't want to know if they can. It just creeps me out completely. Coming up next, though, we head to Ghost Island with Nickelodeon. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Stream Squad. I'm film critic Tony Toscano.
And I'm film critic Jeffrey K. Howard.
And I am excited about the third season of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
That's right, Tony. The Midnight Society is on summer vacation at a tropical getaway. However, they uncover a supernatural mystery, ghosts in room number 13. From Nickelodeon, it's Are You Afraid of the Dark? Ghost Island.
We are going to the island, having fun on the beach.
Where are you guys from?
Derby. How about you?
I actually work at the hotel.
Why do they call it Ghost Island?
Because of room 13. Every guest that has checked in has never checked out.
Luca, why do they call it Ghost Island? What's going on in room 13?
Well, I'm gonna try and do this without giving too many spoilers away, but there have been stories about people disappearing on this island. People who have come to Ghost Island, they've stayed at the Vale Resort, and however they've ended up in this room 13, they've never made it out. And so for years and years and years, there's a history of people missing. And so when our Midnight Society goes there and they don't find a room 13, they begin to question if those stories are real, and I don't know, you're gonna have to watch and find out, yeah.
Connor, how come the Midnight Society, how come they just don't call the Ghostbusters? Wouldn't that be easier?
You know, well, here's the thing with the Ghostbusters is how true, how factual are they really, right? How do we know the Ghostbusters aren't withholding details, withholding information? So if you want something done, you got to do it yourself. So I think that's the mentality of the Midnight Society, and they're there and they're ready. There's so much mystery, and why not do it themselves?
You know, Chelsea, where did they shoot the show? Did you really get to travel to a beach resort, or was that Hollywood magic?
Yes, we are very lucky. We were able to travel to the Dominican Republic. It was absolutely insane. It was beautiful there. The culture, the people, I enjoyed it, and we were lucky enough to be able to, live in, each and every moment on the actual island.
Now you can catch Are You Afraid of the Dark? It's on Nickelodeon, and I don't know about you, Tony, but have you ever had a ghost on vacation?
No, I've never had one.
Talk about getting an upgrade, right?
Yeah. Well, I remember going to Disney and a ghost followed me home, but that was just, I think.
Right. What about the other 999?
Talk to me about Prime Video's Paper Girls.
Well, Tony, it's based on the graphic novel because Paper Girls is a sci-fi drama about 4 young girls delivering papers the morning after Halloween in 1988. They get caught up in a time travel war and end up meeting their future selves and travel between the past and the future.
What is that?
Why does the sky look like that? Move! Let's get out of here! Hey! Who's there? What are you doing in my house?
What are you doing in my house?
I live here.
No, I live here.
That's her.
Tell us about Mac Coyle. She has some strong opinions and attitude, doesn't she?
She certainly does. Yes. Mac is this brash, outspoken, guarded, brazen, and sometimes pugilistic little street tough who's grown up in a rough household, and she's one tough nut to crack, but she has a heart of gold, and she's a far more complex creature than she lets on.
And as an actress, when you read the script, you went, look at this character, something just as far away from me as possible. Is that exciting for an actress?
Yeah, I mean, I love Mac. I love how she was written in the comics and how she was written in the script. And I really fell in love with her. And it was I'm honored that they trusted me with such material and that I was able to have the opportunity to dive in.
And Paper Girls is a time-hopping coming of age series. Doing sci-fi is tricky though. Was it hard to react to special effects and working in that genre?
For me, I would say it was exciting, but I don't think it was that difficult. I was brought up in the Meisner technique, which basically states living truthfully under imaginary circumstances. So I was just, as long as I was in the moment and listening and reacting, I was all good.
You can catch Paper Girls streaming on Prime Video. It's Amazon's answer to Stranger Things.
It's a fun show. And there's more to come after the break.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Stream Squad. Thank you so much for joining us today. Tony, where can viewers find us online?
Well, you can find our past episodes, you can find our reviews, and you can even win some DVDs at our YouTube channel. Plus, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
And coming up next week, Tony, we're going to talk to actor-comedian Joe Coy for his new comedy, Easter Sunday.
We'll see you next week right here on the Stream Squad.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're all we got. So let's get the party started, baby!